Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading on what is your mother's karma. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'll give you guys a few seconds to choose your crystal. Please pause the video if need be. Okay guys, I hope you had enough time to pick your crystal. I'm gonna get right into it. So if you chose pile 1, this is your reading. What is your mother's karma? So right away, what I am receiving is that your mother was quite young or acted childlike when she had you. Something about being emotionally unavailable for you as a child. She might have had you when she was young, or she could have just acted like a child. You may have not even viewed her as an adult. So take what resonates. I'm feeling like your mother was not proactive when she needed to be. She didn't really have like a plan to raise you. She wasn't prepared to raise you. She might have been going through her own mental stressors, and she was probably overloaded and overwhelmed with whatever she had to deal with day to day, and she kind of neglected you, especially when it came to work. Your mother was easily drained, and she wouldn't put in any effort into raising you or like actually getting you prepared to be an adult. I'm getting a very lazy type of energy. I'm getting a very lazy type of parenting style. I'm also seeing that she wasn't prepared to handle someone so intelligent like yourself. I am getting that there was this emotional intelligence that you had naturally, that you didn't even realize you had, but that she, when you would say certain things to her, it would make sense to her, but you weren't realizing how much it was affecting the way she did things. She wasn't equipped to handle your emotional intelligence, but you're not realizing that you're right about most things. I don't think you're fully processing that, but because that's just how you are naturally. I'm also feeling like she gave up on you too quickly. She gave up on trying. She picked and chose when she wants to like work on things, or like when she wants to try. She wants to pick and choose when she's ready to try. And that's not how relationships work. That's not how everything works, is when you're ready. So if she were to reach out to you now or try more now, it's like she already gave up on it way too early in the game, and it's just like a slap in the face because it's kind of too late. Like the damage is done already. Your mother had a victim mentality. Everything was because of how she grew up. Everything was because of what she went through and how she's doing. Everything was about her and why she couldn't step up to the plate, or why she couldn't do better, or why she couldn't try hard enough. It was because this, and that. It was hard for her to take responsibility. It's hard for her to still take accountability, I feel like. She definitely probably didn't have the right upbringing, but you have the option to either not let that get the best of you, and because somebody was lacking in a certain area, the way you heal that is by making sure no one else goes through that. But instead, that was the reason why she also couldn't do it. But I'm getting it was just a lazy excuse. So it's a lot of just laziness in this reading, in this parenting style. Not having the time, not having the energy, not making the time. Your mom could have had Pisces in her chart, sun, moon, rising, or just embodied 12th house energy, which when it comes to 12th house energy and Pisces energy, sometimes they either sink or swim. And it seems like your mother was drowning. Everyone goes through things. Everyone is going through something. And we have to understand that as humans. We have to understand that people are fighting their own battles. But at the end of the day, just know that your actions have consequences. Or in this case, your inaction has consequences. And I understand, yeah, you could have gone through this or you could have gone through that, Ma. But, like, understand that, no, I'm not mad at you, or I can't stay mad at you, but your actions have consequences. And this is the result. Choosing to become a parent, you have to prepare for that in itself. It's a lot in itself, even when you choose to be a parent and you're prepared for that. But imagine not being prepared to be a parent. You're absolutely gonna drop the ball. And it seems like your mother dropped the ball with you. And there's a refusing to see another person's point of view. There's a my way or the highway type of energy behind that. Nobody at the end of the day is gonna want to be around someone who doesn't understand, or at least try to understand, another person's point of view. There was some greed and selfishness to her decision making. Your mother really only looked out for herself in the choices that she made. And if she was happy, if she was comfortable, if she was feeling like safe, like she didn't think about anybody else and how they felt. Because she was the provider, it was only what she said goes. Because she provided and took on the burden of having kids or of having all this responsibility. I feel like if not now, you guys will be moving forward without this person in your life. And foresight is 2020. So now that you're out of the situation, you can see what has happened from a different perspective, from a more objective stance. 2020 hindsight or something like that. I don't know what the idiom is called or how it goes. But yeah, you have complete understanding about what has transpired and you really truly get it. I feel like this group kind of, because they're so understanding, it can get, I don't know. I feel like you guys are like understanding. Like your heart isn't completely like black, and like you're not completely thrown off by the situation because of your heart, because of your understanding. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason, and what has transpired is gonna have an effect. And your mother may not like the result, but she's gonna have to understand that her actions have consequences and her inaction has consequences. And so if you couldn't rely on her throughout your childhood, then you're gonna not need her in your adulthood at all. You're not gonna even want to be near her. So yeah, you guys can see everything from a more clearer perspective, and you can make peace with it now that you're distancing yourself from her. Everything that's transpired has made you who you are today, a very bright individual who can come up with ideas and be creative and come to their own self-realizations because she wasn't prepared with the emotional intelligence of a parent and just in general how to raise a child. She tried to impose her will onto you, and she expected you to be a certain person. She expected you to play a certain role in society. She tried to rewrite your story. When we come into this world, we all have our own soul journey and our own path in life. Your mother tried to rewrite that into her own story, into her own narrative, whatever she wanted. It was all about what she wanted you to be. It was all about her. It was never about you and what you needed and what you wanted. And she didn't sit you down enough to talk to you, to get through to you. She didn't talk to you enough. And I'm feeling like it's because she was slighted whenever you didn't meet her expectations, but not realizing that you're acting in a way for a reason. So her karma is that you will be throwing her out in the trash. She will be somebody from the past that you once knew. You will be getting rid of your mother. You will be neglecting her now. She neglected you, and now you will be neglecting her. You won't really want anything to do with her, not even to be around her. You won't want anything to do with her. Let's say you forced yourself to be around her. Let's say you tried your very best to just fix things. When you get around her energy, you will not. You will instantly regret being there. You will feel like you're doing something wrong. You will feel this guilt of why am I here? Why did I meet up? Or why am I even entertaining this? That's how you'll feel if you do try to take her out the trash. Imagine getting something that you threw out and you're taking it out again. You'll be like, I don't know. What is this? Yeah, you're gonna want to leave that in the trash. You're gonna want to throw it away. Your mother's karma is yet again to become a victim of her situation. She will feel victimized by what's happening to her. She'll realize that she hasn't put any effort or work into cultivating the most important thing in life, which is relationships and family. She might have had love dictate her decisions. She might have placed a higher value on her love interests or just other things in general. It doesn't have to be particularly love. But she placed a higher value on everything but the most important thing, which is family and friends and having a rich, fulfilling life with people. The thing that made her feel the most alive is going to be dead. She's going to have to witness other people do well without her. She's going to have to witness that other people never needed her. And for a few of you, she's going to witness, if you had big dreams, she's going to witness you fulfill and accomplish and get those dreams that you've been talking about. And that's only for the people who have big dreams or whatever dream you want. If your dream is to work at Wawa or at Walmart, she's gonna see you get that job at Wawa or Walmart. So it doesn't have to be this grand thing. Whatever your dream is, whatever you want to feel fulfilled in life. People are going to view your mother as somebody who's not really worth it, not really worth the time, energy, or effort. Somebody who, I don't know, it's just dispensable. People aren't going to view her as someone worth having around, for long at least. They're going to view her as somebody who is replaceable. Your mother didn't really have, you know how some people are unforgettable, and them having them being in your life is like so impactful. This is not a mother who was like that. This is a mother that did more harm being in your life than anything. She will be forgettable. You won't think twice about it. You won't even feel anything, because that's how much effort she put into you and life itself. Like, she literally didn't do anything. She literally had no impact. She wasn't even there half the time, or at least it didn't feel like she was there, if she was there, living in the same house. So losing her won't be a loss. It'll feel like how it always felt. Her not being there, you're used to that. So it's like nothing. She's going to have to settle for people she could care less for. She's not going to feel fully happy from the people that she is around. She's going to feel like there's something missing. She's going to be traveling a lot to fill a void. She might be leaving her place of living. She might be doing things far from where she lives because she isn't truly satisfied where she's at. I feel like your mother burns her bridges frequently, and she frequently burns the people around her, which is why she won't be feeling like she has people around her. She'll be feeling alone even if she does have people around her. So the result is her karma is going to feel burned. She made people feel alone in the world, so now she's going to feel alone in the world. She made people feel less than, so now she's going to feel less than. And the idiom was hindsight is 2020. My bad. Her karma is her being in this fog for so long, and once everything transpires, she is alone with her thoughts. She's going to see things more clearly, and the fog is going to dissipate. She's going to be able to see things more clearly after they have happened. So it's not just you, but it's also both of you. She's going to be spiritually poor. I'm not really sure what that means, but we can look it up. There's way too many meanings on Google, so I'm just going to pause and channel. They're not as saintly as they come off. They're not as helpful as they say they are. They're not as saintly as they come off because they don't really truly live in their truth. They say they are. They say they are living in their truth. They're saying that if they're doing something or with somebody, they're saying that they want to do that thing, or they're saying they want to be with that person. But deep down inside, I don't feel like they're living in their truth. They try to convince themselves things that aren't true. And they can be naturally very fake and disingenuous. Sorry, I got interrupted. But in the best way. I'm gonna fuck this shit up. Look how pretty it is. And it's birthday cake. So we'll pull one more card for pile one. So the family dynamic, the family as a whole will be falling apart. Ties will be severed. There will be distance between every family member. Whether that's you distancing yourself from each family member, or just in general, every single family member will be distant towards each other. I am feeling like your mother was the cause for this whole dynamic to be shifted. You may have started distancing yourself from this person from a very young age, and it just had a ripple effect of you parenting yourself, you taking the reins, and you mothering yourself. because it took on a domino effect from a very young age. You felt as if this person wasn't there for you, and their karma is that they'll feel like no one is really fighting in their corner anymore. If you had immense loyalty towards this person, that will be diminishing, and they will feel dead inside. They will have nobody on their team anymore. They won't have anyone fighting their battles or agreeing with them anymore. They'll feel extremely at a loss, and like this card says, just no hope in this situation getting better, basically. They may or may not reach out to you. If they do, they will be ghosted, or it's just going to be an on and off situation, or just a lack of commitment to the relationship that you have with your mom. And that lack of commitment is the karma. So yeah, that is everything that I'm getting for you, Pile 1. If you enjoyed this reading and it's in your best interest, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. So if you chose Pile 2, this is going to be your reading on what is your mother's karma. Without pulling any cards, I am feeling like there is this overall arcing feeling of betrayal and deception, mistrust, and I don't know if this is kind of a random word that might not resonate for everyone, but I'm getting Genesis. That could be someone's name, or it could be, I don't know, it's just a word that I channeled. Genocide, I don't know. So if that doesn't resonate, just disregard that. That might be for someone else, okay? So let's get into your reading. I have here a long haul, lost soul, and a nightlife card, a city life card, where it says all types of places and events and outings, basically. So hopefully it will make sense in the reading. Your mother may have trash talked to you a lot, talked down on your name, and just basically this meme right here. So yeah, she would be on the phone talking to her significant other or other family members about you, thinking that you were a lost soul, or that you didn't know what you were doing or what you were getting yourself into. Maybe you guys had an alternative life, or the way you did things were different, and maybe she didn't approve of, like, for example, you vaping or you smoking or whatever vices you had, she didn't agree with. So she talked a lot of trash on you and your personality. You were an easy target for your family. I'm getting that your mother wasn't oblivious as to what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was saying. She knew exactly what she was causing, like the damage, and she didn't care. This is a pretty self-aware mother. For instance, Pile 1's mother was kind of in La La Land, but your mother, she knows exactly what's happening, which is, well, I'm not going to compare, but that's pretty sad. She would get together in outings and you'd be the topic of conversation, or somehow the conversation always led to you. You guys could have smoked or had a particular lifestyle that was not something that she approved of. Who you were was not somebody she approved of. But she didn't see that it wasn't her life to live. It was your life and your choices, your body. You have the right to make your own decisions, basically. And she had a problem with that. She definitely used her phone as her source. This is just reiterating that yes, she went on the phone a lot and talked about you. And she cast a lot of judgment without even thinking of how it's gonna affect you. Like, she was aware of what she was doing, but she wasn't aware of the effect it had on you. Something like that. She left you to fend for yourself at a very young age when you needed her the most. Something about her missing the mark. And I looked it up, and it basically means to fail or to be wrong. Like, she completely failed as a mother. I'm literally getting a visual of you just out here completely lost, no matter what age, but just, I'm hearing looking for a home. You were looking for a home or a safe space. The amount of danger that you could have been in is crazy that something didn't happen to you. There's something off about the way she thinks. Something about you is a bad ASS, or whatever happened to you will turn you into a bad ASS. YouTube doesn't let me curse, so, and I also don't want to outright curse, just in case somebody younger is watching me. I'm getting that your life was chaotic from the get. Like, from the second you were born into chaos. And it's a miracle that it's a miracle to be where you're at in some way. It's a miracle to be at the place you are at now. Whew, I got the chills. Something was definitely looking out for you, because I'm seeing birds surround this child, you. I'm seeing birds surrounding you, your angels, ancestors, God, whatever you believe in. There's definitely some misguided anger coming at you sideways for no reason. There is a reason, but the reason, you're not the issue. It's something else that's the issue, but it's hinted at you, or it's like directed at you. It's almost like you're taking the hit for her bad decision making. You're taking the fall for her bad choices. You're taking the hit for her life choices that she made. Something about you does make her feel insecure too. She cares more about the well-being of everyone else but you. And this could be your father, your stepfather, or her significant other, or anyone else basically but you. She cares more about the well-being of. As long as the men in her life are good, she's good. And it doesn't have to be your father, it could just be people she dates, or whoever the man is in the relationship with her. She's the type of person who needs rescuing from other people. So if you can't help her in some way, shape, or form, she doesn't know what to do with you. There's no use for you because it's extra stress or something. It's almost like, how can someone who needs help, who needs rescuing, help you or rescue you or be valuable to you? She likes for others to cater to her every whim. She feels like the tables have turned and she's getting played now, or like she's being controlled in some way. Like, she once had power. Oh my God. If your mom was in control of a certain dynamic with a romantic situation, she's no longer in control, and she's the one getting played, getting the short end of the stick or something. She probably used her appearance at some point to get the upper hand, or to be more convincing, or in some way, shape, or form before she had power. And I feel like now you're evidence of her not being in her full power anymore. She feels less than. And she feels like time's running out or something. Or she feels like she's getting older and less powerful. She had more to gain back then than she does now. The tables have turned. All she cares about is how you're providing for her, and it seems like it's never enough. If she's getting money or she's receiving money, it's never enough. And she's not the type of person to admit when she's wrong or to admit fault. She'll just get angry and not talk to you until she gets over it. There's something really messy about this situation, and it could even be something really messy about her. She may also want to like censor others or like censor what other people say, or it comes off as like a prude. Like she's never heard a curse word in her life, or like she's never witnessed something. If you think your mom is spoiled now and how she acts is spoiled, back then, she was way more spoiled, believe it or not. I mean, this woman could definitely get what she wanted. And she wants the same treatment now after the fact of having kids. Nothing clicked in her mind to be like, oh, maybe I should do what's best for my kids and stop wanting this treatment. Stop wanting this princess treatment. But no, if anything, it's more exasperated at this point. It's increased. The greed has increased. When it's hard for someone to get what they want now, or when things get a little bit harder to get things that they once could easily get back then, there's this like desperation for it, or there's this thirst for it because it's not easily attained. But yeah, your mother acted very spoiled, very entitled. Everything is very calculated with this person. Everything is fake, and it's for an end goal. It's not really a genuine feeling. It's to get something in return. It's to get a certain, even if it's not physical, it's like to get a certain treatment in return, to be treated a certain way. Everything has a means to an end with this mother. It's 100% not unconditional, and it's completely conditional. It's kind of like a transaction. I give you this and I get this in return. Something about you was put in the back burner. You were placed last for things. Love was first, and then family came second. Your mother did not think ahead at all. Even if she planned for you to have kids, she didn't think long term at all. She had to be satisfied every step of the way. Her needs had to be met. She wanted a fairy tale type of love story, an unrealistic type of love story, and is extremely disappointed that it didn't pan out the way she wants or exactly the way she thought it would. And she may be taking that out on you. Oh my god. That's why she acts like this. Love, hate. Which one is it? Do you love me or do you hate me? She may have turned a blind eye to you, doesn't treat you as if you're her child. She treats you like you're any other person. Do you know how much patience you need in order to deal with a child? Or in order to deal with people in general and relationships and family members? Do you know how much patience you need? This mother had no patience for you and no follow through. Everything was about her. Dealing with her was like dealing with someone who treated you like you were on thin ice 24/7. However you deal with a certain situation is going to have an unpleasant consequence. However you deal with the situation is going to be how she deals with the situation, which is very immature because as a parent you have to take the high road in order to set an example. But when your parent is stooping down to your level, it's kind of hard to what do you do with that? You're being just as petty, just as immature. That's weird. So yeah, calling this person a parent is, let's say that word very loosely with this pile. So let's get into their karma. Your mom's karma. It won't matter what this mother does for you. You're going to always be mistrusting their intentions and mistrusting them as a person. It's always going to feel extremely uneasy dealing with this person. Even if you're on good terms, you will always be questioning their motives. You will always be looking at them sideways. There's going to be this feeling of disgust when dealing with this person. You're just going to be completely disgusted by this person because that's the type of behavior that they exude. It's disgusting. I'm literally imagining you with a stank face. The dirtiest look. Bruh. You will be planting seeds for yourself, which means you're going to be cultivating your own garden. You're going to be investing in yourself, doing what they failed to do, basically. You're going to be reparenting yourself. And this is their karma because I feel like you're not going to cater to this person like they want you to. You're going to cater to yourself. You're going to give yourself the love that they failed to give you. Because all this person does is take. And just how fake they are to you, you're going to be just as fake to them. They may go through a major loss, something to do with their family. They may suffer a major loss. They may be led astray by someone in their life. This could be somebody who's with them. Yeah, this could be the person that they're with. Or someone in their family. People will see them for who they truly are. People will see right through this person. Later down in the line, this may happen in the future. If your mother isn't blocked now, she will be. This may be something that happens later on, or this could be happening right now. Depends on each person's situation. But if this person isn't blocked now, they will be. They may have worn the pants in the relationship before, but they will no longer be wearing the pants in the relationship. That's such a struggle for this person to accept. But that's also a part of their karma, is not being in power. when it comes to relationships. People will see this person as someone who's not mentally right in their mind. People will see this person as someone who's not mentally stable, someone who has deep-rooted issues. Their karma is being stuck with somebody who is completely not into them at all. Physically, mentally, spiritually, in every sense of the word. This person is no longer in love. Whoever they're with is no longer in love with them. The person that they're with is either lying to themselves and playing a very dangerous game, or they are being lied to on purpose. But I feel like they will be backstabbed by the person that they're with on a daily basis. And something might happen to their car while they're driving. They may fall into bad habits just to cope with how miserable they are. And this doesn't have to be drugs, this could be anything. Shopping, eating, going out, drinking, taking medicine, doing something to distract themselves. Basically. There may be a lot of secrets in the family that you know nothing about. There may be things that happen to this person, and your mother's karma is that people will be keeping secrets from them. People won't want to open up to this person, or you won't want to open up to this person. A lot of things will be kept from your mom, and it's all because of how she reacts to things. She might end up not having the finances to support herself, or something about finances will be disrupted, whether it's their own doing or just circumstances. A secret might be found out about how much finances she does make, or something about her finances will be exposed, but that doesn't have to resonate for everyone. And something about her energy is going to be very desperate, which will be some sort of repellent towards other people. People will want to stay away from her. People won't want to be near her. Like, her energy is very cold, and it's not something you want to stay in. She won't be getting the attention that she so desperately needs, craves, and wants. If she was treated as a queen, she's going to be treated like a peasant. People aren't going to see the value in her, and her children will turn on her. This could be you turning on her. A lot of things are going to fall apart. And something about what you're creating will invoke some jealousy within her. Some sort of talent that you have will rub her the wrong way. The fact that you strive for more in your life, and there's something very interesting about you, and I don't know, there was something very special about you since you were born. But yeah, you're talented at something. Anything that's creative or anything that you're interested in, you're talented at naturally, and that's going to invoke some sort of weird behavior towards you. And that's what I was talking about earlier when I was saying something about your energy will be focused on the seeds you are planting in your own garden, so that you can have a beautiful life of your own, a beautiful garden. Yeah, I'm seeing manufacturer industry, so you may be going into business, or having your own business, or doing something you deem as successful, something that other people find interesting about you or special about you. Okay, so that is everything that I'm getting for you. How to If you enjoyed this reading and if it's in your best interest, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Welcome, pal number 3. This is your reading on what is your mother's karma. We have already knowing, know, ethereal, and words of affirmation. So I'm looking at the root chakra symbolism right here. And that tells me that your mother didn't make you feel safe. And in which way will be different for each person. Something about the way she communicated to you did not make you feel safe. She may have even blocked off your throat chakra. I'm also getting that your mother invalidated you a lot. To invalidate someone means to make them feel like what they're saying holds no value or holds no truth or doesn't matter, or thinking that what you say holds no weight or can't be looked into, can't be considered. Whether what you were saying was valid or not, it's important to affirm your child and to make them be able to speak their truth and speak their mind freely. There was a lack of words of affirmation with your mother. There really wasn't a motherly energy with her. You know how mothers are supposed to be very nurturing and very kind and soft, gentle. I feel like there really wasn't that energy with her. There was poor communication and poor communication skills, which affects how the child, it affects how a child expresses themselves. It affects how the child, even if you're an adult, it affects how you step into the world and how you see yourself or view yourself. What she thought was best was actually doing more harm than good. And I'm also seeing like there was a lack of security. You may have wished that you were in a different family, or that you had a different parent, or you were just in a different situation, a different home. You just wanted someone else to be your parent, a more accepting person to be your parent. I feel like your mother may have downplayed a lot of your experiences as a child, or whenever you expressed her feelings, I feel as if your mom didn't take it seriously. This could be as simple as anxiety, or just trouble interacting with others, or I don't know. She may have told you no a lot, or just opposed every single plan that you had or idea that you had. She may have just been against a lot of the things that made you you. It was hard to see you clearly. I feel you hid a lot of things about yourself, your personality, your interests, what you do. You naturally just hid away from her because I feel like you found out very quickly who this person was. And the sinking feeling of that puts you in hermit mode, right? So when you're very mysterious and you remain a mystery to your mother, she doesn't see to the full extent of how hard you actually do work, or the things that you do like to do, your true self. She doesn't see the effort and time and energy that you put into things that mean a lot to you. So to her, she just sees you as, oh, you're wasting time, or you don't have anything going for yourself. It's because everything that you do have going for yourself, she invalidates. And everything you do have that is cool about you, she doesn't accept. So to her, it's nothing, but to you, it's everything. It's something about that. Your feelings towards her got blocked off from a very early age. And your feelings in general as a person has been repressed, blocked off. That's why it wasn't easy for you to access your intuition before, because you were blocking it all off for your own sanity, your body was doing you a favor at the time. It was doing what was best for you at the time. It may have affected the way you interact with others, especially in relationships. Yeah, relationships were hard for you to sustain, because how can you truly open up to a person if you are blocked off emotionally? Or all you know is that people that are the closest to you aren't really there for you, or don't really understand you, or there's something missing about that and something doesn't sit right with you, or just there wasn't enough words of affirmation for you to open up and like truly love and truly receive and truly give. There was a lack of balance. There was a lack of reciprocal energy in your relationships where you give love and receive love and give love and receive love. The give and take of the relationship was like off because you never truly felt loved. So how is that going to inspire you to give when you never felt truly loved in the beginning? Like, you're just going to come into new relationships not really knowing how to behave in one, because you were never taught how to open up, how to give words of affirmation, how to be that person for another to count on. Where do you even start? And you may have rejected a lot of people too. I don't think you realize how much you mirror your mother when you enter relationships. And that's just a side note. The way you act is the result of how she treated you. You're literally doing the same thing. And I'm saying this to help you. And this is something that I definitely struggle with too. Especially when it comes to communicating properly in relationships and getting triggered easily. But once you realize this, I feel like you're gonna take steps to change. Whatever she's done to you, I'm getting it's really affecting your relationships and how you move and how you can cultivate and move forward in a healthy relationship. It's almost like a curse when it comes to connecting with other people because of how it ends up. How you will know that you're truly healed from the situation is having the ability to coexist with other people and have healthy, long-lasting relationships. That's how you know you've healed from the situation. The way your mother treated you affected your stability. Your mother definitely stunted you emotionally, and I looked it up. It means, so you guys can have like a clearer definition of what that really means. Emotionally stunted is someone who is emotionally guarded, with low empathy, uncomfortable with feeling and showing emotions, and emotionally immature. So if you're an adult, you could be still showing signs of acting in a childlike manner. So the causes for being emotionally stunted can vary, and each person that's listening to me right now It's going to be different for each person. So only apply what makes sense, okay? Do not take on messages that are not for you. So if you have trauma with your mom, it's because it's due to being neglected, it's due to bullying, it's due to abuse. I'm getting that this can happen due to avoidant attachment disorder. Let's look that up too. Hold on. Okay, Pal 3, we are going to school, Google school today. So, an attachment style is the attitude or pattern of behavior you tend towards when connecting with others. Your earliest interactions with your parents or other main caretakers shape your attachment style throughout life. So, what is avoidant attachment? Avoidant attachment is going to be developed through your earliest interactions with your parents throughout life, right? So, depending on each person that's watching this, how close and responsive your parents were during these very important years of your life is going to determine how you attach to others. And I'm getting that Pal 3 is more of an avoidant attached person. Avoidant attachment is an attachment style a child develops with their parent or main caretaker. It doesn't show care or responsiveness. So this could be physically or emotionally. So it's where the child disregards their own struggles or their own needs in order to maintain peace and keep their parent close by. They may struggle by themselves normally. So it could mean like when you came for this parent for support, your parent was avoidant themselves. So they may downplay or ignore your problems and like almost nudge you to like not feel this way or rise above or be stronger or don't be so weak, basically. And your parent may have not outwardly showed emotional reactions to you, or just there was like this void in emotionality, or they could even be like annoyed when there's an issue that comes up, or just not addressing medical issues or nutritional needs. Oh, and this one's a big one. If your parent avoided hugging you, saying I love you, or it was hard to get them to say I love you, or just there was no touch, there was no physical contact, and there was a lack of praise. And this may have been why you felt really anxious and really depressed, like as a child, to the point where it was to your detriment. Yeah, it's just basically avoidant attachment style is created when parents do not outwardly express affection or care. They avoid physical touch, avoid eye contact, and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I know there's probably more information on that. But yeah, now you act in those types of ways. Now you are kind of not really always there for people emotionally because no one was there for you. Your mother wasn't there for you emotionally. She didn't teach you how to like be nurturing, basically. Your parent, your mom, may have thought that you were weird or something about you was otherworldly, and there was a lack of understanding, a lack of appreciation. Your mother may have judged you for how you carried yourself or your appearance, not realizing the beauty, the value in who you are, and how being different is beautiful. They might have been very uptight about things and stuck up, causing incessant worrying on your part, or just excessive anxiety on you, on everything that you do. There's this like restless energy. They affected your stability. Your mother affected your stability and the way you move. I feel like your mother hated everything about you, honestly. Like everything that you brought to the table wasn't good enough, which that's a very strong statement. And they hated your belief systems. So if it's hate, take that, but it could also be just a strong dislike. Okay? So please be discerning when you're taking on tarot messages. Your mother may have wished for another type of child, for another type of, which is crazy. Yeah, at some point your mother may have wished that they had a different type of child. They wished that they didn't have you at all, or someone different, which is messed up. That's messed up to do that, because a child does not ask to be born. I can understand why a child wants a different type of parent, because the child did not ask to be born. But when the parent wants a different child, that's on a whole nother level. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Little does your parent know that you have an important mission here on earth. Little does your parent know, does your mom know, that you were the type of person who was born to stand out, and what makes you different is going to make you succeed. What makes you otherworldly will place so much value into your life path, your destiny, who you're meant to be, and how you affect others in the process. Yeah, little does she know who you're gonna be, who you are already, but even more so as time goes on. You're so rare, you're a gem, you are important, you are valuable, and she doesn't realize what she had or has. So let's get into the karma. Something about your career too will be a part of this mother's karma, or something about your public image. Okay. So we have constant scrolling has led to self-image issues. Public transportation, gift giving, and off limits. So this is under your mother's karma. She may have to take public transportation, but that might not be for everyone. Your mother may suffer from self-image issues due to being online constantly. She may have to give to others without getting anything in return. Or she may have to sacrifice or give something up without getting anything in return. And this has to do with her own guilty conscience, the repercussions of her own actions. The weight of that will force her into this. Okay? And then something about you may be off limits, but let's see if more comes out while I am shuffling. I'm getting that your mother's karma is that she will feel like she is forgotten about. Your mother's karma is that she will be the source of her own undoing. Meaning, she's her own worst enemy, and she will be causing herself strife. Imagine being the cause of your own demise. Something about no longer caring about her diet, and I thought of that as I was licking the frosting off of this. She's not gonna care about her wellness. If she's supposed to be on a diet, she's going to eat whatever she wants. So I just got cut off because my camera overheated. So sorry about that. So like I was saying, your mother's karma is not caring about her food choices. So my camera keeps cutting off. So something about your relationship with your mother will be severed. You may be cutting her off, or someone may be cutting her off. Someone that's important will be cutting her off. This may be someone she's in a connection with. Your mother's karma is her feeling attacked or ganged up on. She may feel like no one likes her. No one wants to put up with her behavior. Nobody wants to deal with her. Or at least that's how it seems to her. Your mother's karma is that her health may be deteriorating, and it may cause a lot of burden, financial burden and financial stress, or just a burden in general, an emotional burden. She may feel like she needs to be more responsible with her food choices or choices in general in her lifestyle. A pharmaceutical industry may be taking advantage of her, or something that is saying that they're helping her is actually not healing her fully. So she's going to have issues healing. There's going to be an overall lack of satisfaction and happiness. She may continue making bad choices with her health, and like I said, it's going to deteriorate her from the inside out. Your mother could have a lot of bad habits, and I keep seeing someone smoking, so she could be a smoker, and it's going to just make her life much worse than it needs to be. But I don't think she's going to care. I feel like she's in way too deep, and I don't think she has the mental strength to get herself out of this, and it's going to be one of her downfalls, her habits. And of course, everybody's different. Not every person's mom smokes. So take whatever resonates. What does your mom do? What bad habit does your mom do? Could be multiple things. There's just an emphasis on the health. For others, your mother may have a bad habit of starting arguments, bickering, being angry, cutting off their nose to spite their face. Either way, there's going to be a fake relationship in her life where there's arguments and there's a fake apology, and then there's an argument and then there's a fake apology, and it's just gonna keep going. The cycle is gonna keep going. My favorite deck. And similarly to pile 2, there's going to be a moment in time where the tables turn, where if your mother had the power or wore the pants in some way, shape, or form, the tables will be turning and she will be the one less dominant, less powerful, and not in control. And because of that, your mother will be constantly in her feelings, constantly butthurt over every little thing. And this could be her being butthurt about the communication that goes on back and forth. Definitely having to do with the person that she's with or will be with. The person that she's with is going to make her feel worthless, and they're going to make her feel like that they regret being with her, basically. So whoever she's with will make her feel so rejected and they truly regret even entering a relationship, a commitment, a marriage, anything with her. And they're constantly bumping heads. They're constantly bickering, fighting, not getting along. It will make her check her ego though, because she ain't all that. And she's going to be coming to the realization that she's not all that. Something about no longer being the prize. She may go back to this person and get together with this person, or just mend things with the person she's with. But she knows deep down inside, this person, they've crossed the line that cannot be repaired. Imagine breaking a mirror and then trying to glue the pieces back together. It's impossible to go back. Once you cross a line in your relationships, it's impossible to go back. So something like that will be occurring, where things will be so broken between her relationship or relationships that it will be impossible to mend. And she's gonna feel jealous is the first thing I saw, because the person that she's with shows their true colors to her all the time, blatantly, in an embarrassing way. I guess there's this lack of respect. Yeah, there's just so much disrespect and abuse going on with the person she's with, and it's embarrassing, and it's somebody she got pregnant by. And something about your lifestyle will make her envious. Something about your laid-back lifestyle will make her... See, look, lifestyle. Wow. So, I'm not necessarily getting everything on this card. I'm just getting the lifestyle part. But it could apply if you guys resonate with that. But for me personally, it could even be the person you're with, or how you guys treat each other, or how your relationships are. The stark difference between her relationship and your relationship will be causing envy. And the type of lifestyle that you live will be causing her to be envious. Because you get good advice from your relationships, you get good advice from the person you're with. Yeah, something about who you're with is a confidant. Something about the person you're with is someone you can trust, someone with good intent. And the person that she's with is a fairy tale gone wrong, or something about who she's with is fake or phony, or sold her a dream, basically, that's turned into a nightmare. Yeah, there's a lot of jealousy, which may shock you. She's going to pretend oh my god, she's going to pretend like she has something going on for her when she doesn't. That's for someone. She may be pretending like she has something to do when she doesn't. She may be pretending like she has options when she doesn't, or she has better things to do, or that someone out there will be available to her, like this person has been available to her, or somebody can offer the same thing that who she's with is offering. She really doesn't have anything going on, or she really knows she can't find someone as gullible or as good as she has it. She knows that someone she's with that's the final destination for her. I don't know. Or she really doesn't have options and it's a secret. She just makes it seem like she's that guy. Or like she got it like that. She could be trying to force things to work with a person. Something about this situation is forced. There's a lack of genuine love and respect and care. And it's in plain sight. Your mother may come to the realization after she dies, when she has her post-life review, how much of an impact she had on your life and how negative she was, how much of a negative force she was in your life, how much drama she has caused, and how she has exhausted the people who were closest to her in her life. She was the most negative to the people who were supposed to be the closest to her. She may come to this realization when it's too late, after she passes over. For others, she may have a near-death experience, or I'm getting several near-death experiences. I'm getting that she may have been used as a vessel. The things around her may have used her. The demonic influences around her may have used her as a vessel to spew out negative energy. She may have been under spiritual attack because there are certain influences that you open yourself to that are attracted to you, negative influences that are around you. The negative entities that were around her has used her as a vessel, or will use her as a vessel, to get their fix. For example, if someone's abusing substances, you're going to attract negative or lower. If you're constantly under the influence and you're constantly, or just by you being negative, you're attracting negative entities around you that want to get their fix, that use you, your body, as a vessel to obtain their fix. So if they were once a smoker, they may use your mother to smoke and get their fix by extracting her energy or feeding off that energy when she smokes. Or if the negative entity liked to be angry a lot, they may use your mother as a vessel to have outbursts or explode on people or attack other people. Your mother was used as a vessel for negative entities because of her negativity, and that is what she attracted. Your mother may have to endure certain crises that occur in her life. That could be an identity crisis, that could be a health crisis, that could be anything, an emergency. She's going to have to endure constant emergencies in her life. Your mother will no longer feel beautiful. She will be well aware that other people are talking behind her back. People are no longer going to take her seriously. If she once made you feel discriminated against or casted out or left out or excluded, she will feel left out or excluded. I feel like the things in her life will not last. Things she builds ends up collapsing. That's her karma. That's, no matter if you fix things or not, this will happen. No matter if you continue to forgive her or not, this will happen. It is in the cards for her. She may need to feel like she has to defend herself. She may need to feel like she has to have her guard up or wall up, or like she has some explaining to do. There may be people after her or people who have a personal vendetta against her. Okay, so I'm gonna get one more card. for your mother's karma. What is your mother's karma? 12. She may feel invisible. What is Pal 3's mother's karma? She may jump into things too quickly, only to, just as fast as she's built things, it falls apart and it just becomes a missed opportunity. She jumps too quickly into things, into situations, into relationships way too quickly. It's very impulsive, it's very rash. And because it wasn't well thought out or well planned, or she hasn't evaluated herself enough, everything that she tries to jump into or create just ends up failing miserably. She may be very impulsive with the way she handles finances. This is somebody who will always be broke or always be not understanding what it takes to be secure in themselves, so they'll always have to rely on someone else to take care of them. And they're gonna face a lot of slander from people who are actually in power, from people who actually do have a say, and it's going to continue the negative cycle. It's gonna continue the inability for them to cope or face life. Yeah, this is the card of like being miserable, just deep unhappiness, basically. This is not going to resonate for everybody, but I am getting for like 1 or 2 people, your mom is going to literally rot away. Yeah, that's definitely a message for someone, not for everyone, because it's pretty intense. And I really just want to look up the definition of rot. Oh, all rot means is what I said earlier. It's literally to deteriorate, to become weak due to decay, decomposition. Yeah, so it's not that much of an intense message. She's just going to deteriorate, which is interesting. Something will be inescapable. The situation she will find herself in will be inescapable. It will be impossible to make the situation better or fix things. There's absolute powerlessness and absolute, like, this is the card of like you are trapped and you can't get out. And you know how there's like always a light at the end of like the cards, and like the person realizes that actually they can get out. That's not the case. Like, this person is actually trapped. This person is actually stuck and really can't get out. Like, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Their hands are completely tied, and I don't know what situation they got themselves in, but whatever it is, that's the dilemma that they will be facing and having to deal with, be forced to deal with. So yeah, Pal 3, thank you for tuning in. If it's in your best interest, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. I did want to show you what I do after my readings. I thank my ancestors, and I light this on fire. And I almost light myself on fire every time too. Thank you, ancestors, angel guides, spirit guides, for your messages. For the good of all or not at all.